thought I'd show you this. I mean this. I've got a new Technics direct drive automatic turntable system, SL-Q30. I've got a video of mine just casually playing in the background, but this is a Technics. Now, some stars. The automatic queuing lifter thing is fully fried, so I gotta watch out that it doesn't do an auto return, since it just drags the needle and yeah, falls off. It's very bad. It's a new stylus, so I really don't want to ruin it already. These cost about 23 bucks. The local website I shop at. Yeah, this does fully work. Speed stability is pretty awesome. But this, see, it's a 12-inch. It runs at 45. Thought it ran at 33 and I just recently checked it. Nope, it runs at... Oh dear, my camera's having issues with the television playing back. So let me just... It tries to focus on that. I don't want to focus on it. But yeah, it's basically a mirror. I don't know where my brush is. See, there's a lot of fucking dust on there. Sadly, I just kind of wipe it off. Yeah, don't do this. But I really don't mind doing it, since I do clean these with demineralized water or regular water. Demineralized water leaves behind an awful stain, so I just usually... I hate that dog hairs get literally everywhere. There hasn't been a dog here in quite a while, since sadly she passed away. I don't know if I've ever uploaded a video of her, but I don't even know what... Not model. It's not a fucking car, it's a actual living human. It was a living, breathing thing. But she passed, so I still don't get, since we've got filtration, but I guess the dog's downstairs. So I'll just show it. I've got it set up for my ears, but this camera usually sucks. Oh dear. You will hear a bit of dust. And why are we not focusing? That's a nice effect. Don't know how healthy it is, but you'll see. I'll turn it on. It's a really stable speed. Oh, whoops. So this is actually a red light in real life, but my camera is a phone, and a phone has probably some machine learning processing, which I hate. Leave the colors be. So It's a gay turntable. Welcome to the club. This is Eli Muff Death Machine. Just searched it up online and doesn't seem like anybody gets the copyright on this. It's not some Japanese stuff, which they will have a heart attack if somebody even mentions how the music sounds. They'll obliterate that person into nothingness. So yeah, my camera has a very bad time focusing on stuff. But this is a P24 cartridge. Weird thing is I had to otherwise a tone arm would literally float in the air. Adjust this all the way back, then I just put the highest anti-skate on, and that seems to keep the needle steadily in balance, so that's good. This thing is a direct drive turntable, which is better since you don't have a belt that can cause wow and flutter, because a belt is stretchy and it'll cause wow and flutter. Plus it has less torque on it, since usually those motors are also pretty cheap and kind of just more stuck in an expensive housing than they are. But this one really starts up nice and fast. Like, oh, I might just want to lift the stylus on the record so you can hear it. Sorry for my shakiness. I drank 5 cups of coffee. I don't know why. I tested the coffee machine and I put way too much water in it, so here you go. Yeah, it's not healthy, I know. Look at how quickly it starts up. Now with audio. So this is a P-mount a P-mount design, which I personally don't mind since I don't feel like upgrading it. What I have noticed is on some records it might be a hot output this cartridge has, but my workhorse here, I'm not pretending it's audiophile, but it does sound damn good. The input on this, sometimes, because I guess this might be a pretty high output level. It's not a ceramic, it's probably moving magnet, moving coil type thing, cartridge. The S's, the sibilants on some high records, like let's say I don't know what, maybe the Essence or like Fleetwood Mac didn't have it that much, but when the stylus is very new, since it dragged about 2 times over, so I guess the life expectancy just chopped 2/3 of it. Well, I just learned that the hard way, that this turntable doesn't have a functioning audio lifter, and this one also doesn't work, so well. I got this for $45 at the thrift store, and the needle stylus that was on it, I tested it and it literally fell off, so yeah, that's that. But now I might know the reason why it was cheaper. Still, it's a bargain for the sounds you're getting and the quality, since Technics, I don't know why Panasonic use it, but it's on some parts higher stuff than Panasonic / National, since this is a a brand of Panasonic, Matsushita, National, whatever you want to call it. But the quality of this thing is amazing. The sound is also very nice. First thing I noticed in comparison to an AT3600, since I do have a stylus on the way for that as well. Yes, I finally ordered a new one, so this should be a better sound. The sound stage on this thing is very, very... I mean, it's a whole upgrade. It's a whole nother world of sound stage. Weirdly enough, in terms of high-end, the Audio-Technica isn't that far off, in my opinion. Could just be that we're pushing the limits of this amplifier with the inbuilt phono stage. Oh yeah, this camera really has some wacky ass colors. Lovely. And the audio is also questionable. But yeah, I really like this thing. But this one, the start-stop, I can't use. Repeat, I've never tried it, but I'm not gonna, since I don't want to ruin this one. In the first month I've got it. Queuing doesn't work. On-off does work, luckily. Else it would just be a large paperweight. 45 RPM also sounds pretty good on it. I've tried it. It's oh dear. Let's just look, it's a new record weight. No, it's a 44 of the record thingy for when you've got like just grab one. So when you've got like a large central, we can put it on there. It's gonna scratch it, but this record already has some. Oh damn! But you can see the basic purposes. Never do this. This will damage it. I'm being very careful. You need to put it in there, otherwise it'll swing about. I don't care for the 45 RPMs, especially these are my good records. And the good turntable. I don't listen to like this country shit or whatever you wanna call it, or blues or jazz. I don't listen to that. I listen to I used to always listen to it like this. Which honestly, it's not too bad. When you listen to the Otaku LP, you really notice if it's on the wrong speed. But this one, you can run it at both, and it'll sound fine. This does give a whole nother level of energy to it, the correct speed, which is normal. I have listened to Pink Floyd on this, and it sounded pretty fucking good. The helicopter on another brick in the wall is almost like I was standing right next to it. But that's not my test record. My test record is, don't know where it's at now. It's oh, right here. Okay, the record can just stay in the pile. This is my test record. Oh, that's dirty. That's I gotta clean it first. Is this Ons Dorado? It's from some Belgian school band ensemble which traveled the world or something like that. Some of those. But I don't know what side, but a side that has the last two numbers. This is an uncompressed album in full, and it's really a wide stereo, spacious sound, and every little detail you notice, even the HVAC or the background noise, since back in that time the only HVAC you would notice is the cigarette smoke generators or the people. But sounds really good, very detailed, and I'm not saying for the year. No, this is a relevant recording today. I don't listen to the other songs, but the twos are very, very well mastered, very good. If you ever find this record, this is the album cover, by the way. Ons Dorado dance songs. Oh, here we go. That's. So see, that's the reason why it sounds so good. It's just a microphone pointed at there, and then they do whatever the fuck they do. And it sounds really good. Stereo, I guess, yeah. So this is where it. Hi-Fi Home Productions. Guldenvliesstraat. Guldenvlieslaan. 76, 8000 in Bruges, Brugge, Belgium. Stereo, yep, so it's stereo. And Ons Dorado is an ensemble. You can pause it whenever I stop moving, which is one. So, very nice. But yeah, so this is just a quick video announcing. So yeah, this is the deck I used to record. It's a Philips. Sorry about all the dust and all that. I just kind of use it and forget to dust it. It's a Philips 3-head stereo cassette deck. Top end. It sounds very nice. It's, I mean, when you compare it to some mid-tier decks, immediately it's a whole nother level. It sounds so good, even with simple recorded cassettes. This just gives more life to it. Sounds bloody excellent. Got your Dolby BC and all that fun jazz, your bias, which I never touch and don't care enough, and your balance, which is set to there because of solder joints, I guess, which are not particularly happy. So I'll need to look inside to see. The solenoid was dead on this thing, which I fixed. I might be able to show you it in action. So just call this video Technics SL-Q30 and Philips stereo cassette deck FC870. I'll do that. So I'll show you how this sounds. I'll need to plug it in first, that might work better. Sorry if the phone tries to cancel out the background noise. That's so you can see. I need to clean it. That looks lovely. See the two heads, the record head and the play head. No, I haven't demagnetized it. I don't care enough. It sounds fine. There's your erase head, which just brown, and then the actual tape part is black. You really see I need to clean this shit up. Yeah, I really need to clean it. And then the pinch roller, which is a bit shiny, so give this all a clean with some isopropyl alcohol or other. Yeah, I'll need to clean it, but for now it's very fine. The sound hasn't changed that much, so don't care enough to clean it. So we're running the taped up, which was recorded on this deck, Dolby B&R Otaku Chaos Bringer Housing for Info. The housing is somewhere. So just, you know what, let me just if any dust was in there, I don't want that touching that. So let's just turn it on. Let's just turn this off. Yeah, whatever. So this is in minutes. I don't use the fucking number bullshit. I use the minutes, the real time timer. And this one isn't just one that counts up and when you rewind or fast forward it resets. No, you'll see just turn up the volume a bit. Can EQ that Dolby B is on. Hey, check Pro standard on.
People once believed that when someone dies, a crow carries their soul to the land of the dead.
See it fake. That sounds very nice. I got the actual record there, I could just grab it, but I'm not gonna bother. And it has a scratch in it, annoyingly. It does play on there, it only like... where does all the dust come from? I tried to clean it with a stupid brush, and I kinda went too... I don't know where the brush is at the moment, that's why everything is a bit dirty. Clean it with a cloth. It's not the brightest idea, but it works. And I just went too fine, and it has this really sharp aluminium corners for some idiotic reason. And it just kind of scratched it in here, and there was like a huge scratch like this big on there. So the version that's uploaded on my channel comes from this exact tape. I kinda shoved it in a Sony stereo, like a little I'll show it in another video. That didn't have Dolby noise reduction, so the high end is totally saturated, so I'm gonna do a read up on that, but for now it's fine. Now we've got Dolby HX, so I'll show you what I mean. So now let's just, so this is with Dolby, then we've got without Dolby. Something interesting happened. It used to go up to 6, but the level's dropping, so I don't know what that's all about, but whatever. I'll need to make a dub of it before the level completely fades, probably because I do listen to this quite often, and I've noticed when you play something a lot of times, I used to be very afraid to go into the red because I was stupid and I didn't know the red was fine on the cassette tapes. It's not fine with reel-to-reels. I also learned that the hard way when reviewing all the 3 reels I recorded of a retro house day of Trendy FM. And they all are fucking distorted. So So transball, or however it's called. That's a whole new sound to it, which also sounds pretty good, but yeah, they're distorted. This deck sounds really nice. It's really easy to record onto. If you're not familiar with this, you don't need to use it. My recommendation for tapes are Maxell. They are the best for recording on to high levels without distortion. You see what I did there? It automatically has tape slack up. So let's just do some slack up. And you'll see. See? It automatically rewinds a little bit. Just take up the slack. You'll be able to see it in here. So let's just make some slack. See? About a second or so. Fast forwards. Rewinds very nicely. Although this is a fully logic control tech, I do recommend you press stop. So fast forward, stop, rewind, stop before you do anything, and then play. Don't do, like this. If you don't know if a tape has Dolby reduction, noise reduction or not, if it's voice dictation, it's probably not. Just keep it off, because otherwise you'll have a muffled sound. It's just no bueno. Don't gaslight yourself into thinking a muffled sound sounds good. It fucking doesn't. Muffled sound is le crap. So this is again a Philips, a blurry Philips. Yeah, whatever. It's Philips Stereo Cassette Tech FC870. What amplifier am I using now that we're on the topic of my stereo system? It's an AKAI stereo integrated amplifier model AM-A2. This thing's a workhorse. I like it a lot. Packs a bunch of power, has speaker protection on it. I wouldn't use it for blowing up speakers if it was your main amplifier, because still not great, and also don't run some hellish ohm load on that. I do that on my Technics. That has a bunch of random speakers connected into it. Fully monoed out signal from the mixer. DC servo amplifier, flat surface. Flat enough. Yeah. Power indicator. Yes, that way you know it has power. Also by the fact other lights are lighting up. This is kind of stuck on. Speakers, we got 2 channels. System A, System B. You've got 2 tape monitors. You press them by this. Tone controls work very well. The loudness also. You need to use tone controls. Don't believe that bullshit of that's not the way the artist intended it to sound. Look guys, you need to EQ your speakers in order for them to sound good. That's basic practice. Don't buy into all of that audio full bullshittery from you should not use EQ. You'll ruin the sound. No, you're just gonna EQ it to whatever you like. I'm almost out of storage, so this will be probably the end of this 30-minute video, but whatever. So, volume knob, keep it around here. I'd say around volume 5, volume 7, that's where you turn off the loudness, and then where the speakers are soft tone Sony's. I'll not show you them, I'll just like to imagine you what kind of speakers I'm running. They sound good. trust me on that. So this is a very nice amplifier. Like it, Hidden Beast. Yes, this is the dust cover of the Technics. It's not permanent, I'll re-sum up. It's just because don't want this amplifier frying the turntable since it does get hot, and the side fans don't do jack. So yeah, because there's a power transformer which is pretty large, and the heatsink is underneath this part, which doesn't have a top vent for idealistic design. I don't know why they did that, but they did. It's AKAI for you. So the inbuilt phono preamplifier sounds very nice. I basically use it for all. This is my main amplifier, man. I've got the Denon, but this thing sounds better than the Denon. And I'm not lying. I'm not the relative. No, this thing sounds better. I like the tone controls better. I hate the variable loudness thing. I really do. Balance. Left, right. So, works good. The only real complaint I have with this, these switches, they don't pop out, which is, whatever. They get dirty pretty fast. And when they do, you can have a case where you just kind of move it flat, and when you move it again, you pick up the dirt from this, move it to here, this whole section gets dirty. So I recommend whenever you get one of these, just open it up, then very carefully spray it in here. I'll do a video on it someday, on how you service this amplifier. The deck has a solenoid, which can be, I don't know if this is on a lot of decks. There's a solenoid in here. If it gets, if the deck doesn't want to go into, doesn't lift the heads, check the solenoid, move it a bit around with a screwdriver, and very carefully add some lubricant in there. That's how I managed to resurrect the solenoid. And you see how it's going. I'm not gonna say it, because for all I know, it's a deck from the 90s, but it's very good quality. It's not the Nakamichi, no, but it's very. Yeah, I mean. You gotta believe it when I say it, but this thing actually, it sounds better than CD, in my opinion. No way, tape hiss. Bam, tape hiss gone, and tape hiss even gone, and you get a multiplex filter for whenever you decide, I want to listen to some radio recordings which were recorded on a piece of shit. Doesn't filter out the multiplex tone. You can put this on, and then this will filter it. We got the monitor switch below the aluminium record level. Yeah, the fascia might be aluminium, might be, I don't know. This one is a plastic fascia, but they gotta save a bit on cost. Somewhere the casing is metal. This one's also metal. It sounds quite a bit different, but they're both metal. This also is aluminium metal. Just feel it by the thing. And this is, yeah, that's an aluminium platter, aluminium tone, all that good stuff. This has an earth wire. This deck has a timer. Never used it, never gonna, never even tried to switch. Never gonna. Bought it for $10 off of someone. The solenoid wasn't working else. Garage sale finds. There are bargains out there, just keep looking. You'll find something. And if you as long as you have a magnetic cartridge on your turntable and a stylus which isn't just blunt to the touch, you should be fine. If you like how it sounds, you like how it sounds. Just be wary. Don't scratch on any old turntable. You gotta have something, preferably direct drive. You also gotta have a stylus which doesn't immediately ruin itself when you try scratching with it. And don't scratch up good records, not even for fun, because you'll hear it. You'll definitely hear it. Tapes, make sure they don't have mold on them. Mine don't, but my grandma's. Let's just say they do. And the leaders are sticky. So before you insert the tape into a deck, if you feel it's sticky, also a help sometimes, this is not one of the things with the sticky leaders, but just kind of smacking on something and they'll sometimes loosen up. Otherwise, if in a deck that isn't as bad, if there's wear on the belt, just fast forward it and rewind it a bunch of times till it gets really loose. Preferably change out the leaders, but if you don't know how to do that, just be wary. Maybe digitize it or just dub it onto another tape. I've got a thing on there on the channel if you want to see how the hell you dub a tape. Yeah, that's about it. So Eli Muff turntable, new woohoo tape deck, and for a perfectly glad and amplifier. That's another video on the channel. Then this is where it just sits on this and the Pioneer thing, which I don't even know if it works. Probably does. I have a turntable for it, but I saw the prices of the styli and I was like, no thanks, I'll just be like that. So yeah, that'll be it. See ya.